Hello YouTube, welcome to Extreme Coder. This is Saifuddin Talukdar here. Today I'm gonna show you some arithmetical operations using C++. Math in C++ is very simple. Keep in mind that C++ mathematical operations follow a particular order as like as high school math. For example, multiplication and division take precedence over addition and subtraction, but the order can be changed using parentheses. I'm not gonna show you that today. I'll show you how to add, subtract, multiply or divide two numbers which are from the user input as like as a simple calculator. So we'll use that C++ as a compiler. So let's proceed with this. You guys already can see that I have called a library which is #include iostream. Then I have written using namespace std. After that I have declared the main function. So let me declare some additional function. For addition I'll write void add. For subtraction I'll write the function but subtract. For multiplication I'll write void multiply, and at last for divide it's void divide. Alright, so you guys can see that I have declared 4 functions here. Now I will declare the global variables. So I'm declaring a global variable named integer number 1 and another one named number 2. As user will input the value of these two integers, so we are not gonna define the value in the program. So let me write the code in the main function. Let me print out, like, enter the first value. Alright, then cin number 1. Then for the second integer also I'll do the same thing. Just change the first to second and change the variables to number 2. Alright, so now the user can type the input of the two values, which is number 1 and number 2. So as there are 4 functions, I'm gonna use switch case here. So for that I'm adding another variable which is char, and the variable is option. So let me print out something like plus, then add a new tab, and minus, add a new tab as well, multiplication, new tab, then divide. Alright, I'm gonna print a new line here. So now the user can choose which option to select, like cin option. Alright, so I'm gonna write the switch case right now, option. Alright, as the option is char data type, so we need to define the case in char data type, like plus. This one is the first case. So for the case plus I will call the function add, then print a break statement, then case minus. Then for the case minus I'll call the function subtract, then break the statement, then case multiplication, then I'll call the function multiply, then I'll break the statement as well, and at last I'll print the case which is divide, then I'll call the function divide at last, Alright, break the statement as well. So as a default, you can print another case which is default, and you can print a statement here which is invalid entry. Alright, so what will be the function of this default case? If the input given by the user doesn't match with this case, plus, minus, multiply or divide, so it will print out invalid entry. So that's all for the main function. Now I will do the implementation for these 4 functions. So let me proceed with the add function first. Alright, so I am declaring a variable which is integer result, and what will be the value of integer result? It is number 1 plus number 2. As the task of this add function is to add 2 integer numbers, so that's why the result will be number 1 plus number 2. So after that I'll print out this result. I'll add some statement here like result of addition is result. Alright, so this is the implementation of void add function. So after that we have 3 more functions. The implementation of these functions are same, you just need to change the operator like plus to minus or multiply or divide. So to make the task easy, I'm copying the code and paste it here. So just change the function as subtract, change the operator here, change the statement also as subtract. Alright, so for the multiplication also I'm doing the same thing. Define the multiply function here, change the operator into multiplication, change the statement also. Alright, so at last I'll do the implementation for divide function. So change the operator into divide. Alright, that's all for the implementation of the 4 functions. So now we just completed the whole code. So if we run this code, we can add 2 integer numbers or subtract or multiply or divide these 2 integer numbers. Let's run this code. Alright, it does appear here already, the exe file. So I'm gonna input the first value here like 25, the second value is 65. So let's see, here we are given options to add, subtract, multiply or divide, so we can choose anything from here. So I'm gonna choose plus sign first to add these 2 integer values. Alright, so I just got the result of addition which is 90. 25 plus 65 is equal to 90. Alright, so this is the task of addition function. So we can proceed with minus, multiplication and divide sign. So let's run this again. Alright, I'm going to write another value like 34 and another value like 6. Alright, so select the minus sign, hit enter. So I just got the result of subtract which is 28. 34 minus 6 is 28. So after that I will check if the multiplication function is working or not. So I'm gonna write 45 as a first value, 3 as the second value. I'm gonna select multiplication. Alright, so you guys can see that the result of multiplication is 135, so it's correct. Alright, so I'm gonna proceed with the last function, which is divide. So write 99 as the first value, 3 as the second value. I'm gonna select divide sign, so hit enter. Alright, 99 divided by 3 is equal to 33, so it's correct. So the program works very well as a simple calculator. So you guys can see that the void add function, subtract function, multiply function and divide function is working to add, subtract, multiply or divide these two integer numbers. Hopefully you guys can understand the code and the implementation. So see you guys on the next video tutorial, and thank you guys for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.